You are listening to a We the Nerdy podcast.
Let's face it, as Nintendo fans, we are often left slightly disappointed and scratching our heads asking why. Where is our Super Mario Galaxy 3? Why isn't Metroid out yet? Bring back the Ice Climber seriously, and what were you thinking with the Virtual Boy? Well, sit back as Sean Capri and Bobby Pauls do just that. That's right, this is If We Ran Nintendo. Now, cue the music, maestro.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 39. I think that's it, right? It's 39. I am Bobby,
You're the host.
Nintendo Guru.
You're the guru.
I am all messed up. This is episode 39 of If We Ran Nintendo.
Get it together, Bobby. Come
I know,
on.
this is horrible. Let's try it again.
What is this, our
What
first?
is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 39 of If We Ran Nintendo. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined...
Are you sure?
I'm positive. By the greatest co-host in all of podcasting, Sean Capri. What is up, Sean?
Hi, Bobby. It's Christmas Eve. I was up all night playing games. We're going to do a show. I'm excited.
Yes.
And I'm going to go back to bed after this.
It's amazing because as we are definitely episode 39, dude, 40 episodes next week.
The
That
big
is
4-0.
insane, man.
We're going to be over the hill pretty soon.
Dude, that is, I can't, like, okay, so obviously we started in 2016. That's not anything. But the fact that, like, it's almost been a year already, that's crazy. It doesn't feel like it's been a year.
We haven't missed a week, Bobby.
No. Oh, I'm episode 76 on the Geekcast, and I haven't missed an episode of that yet either. And knock on wood.
Yeah, but I mean, come on.
This is the better show.
Which one's better?
This one.
That's right.
Toby's mad right now. Toby's like flipping desks and stuff. I had a nice chat last
I don't
night.
actually believe that, by the way. I don't believe it.
I'm just teasing. I think they're both. They're like two of my children. They're both. I love them both the same. I love them both equally. You'll learn that one day when you have a second child.
Well, yeah, the Geekcast is the first one. It's the older one. It actually is doing everything better. Then the second one comes around, and everybody's like, "Oh, another thing that's great."
Yeah.
And the first one's like, I was the OG. What the hell?
I'm the first. I know what it's all about. I'm the firstborn.
I like the Geekcast better. You guys get to geek out about stuff.
Yeah, I know.
I can't say that part.
Today was just a little chat about Christmas and
Oh, you already did it.
reflecting. Yeah, we just did it this morning.
Oh,
Just
you
did
did
it
a
like
little
hours ago.
reflecting.
Yeah, just a little reflecting.
You had a
Talking
little
about the
mirror
last year.
episode.
Talk about, what we want to do in the next year and what guests we like to come on for the next year. And Toby didn't talk about you at all. I was shocked.
That doesn't hurt my feelings.
I figured he'd be like, I want Sean on. No, it wasn't Sean. No. We did discuss Patreon a little bit. Because for those that haven't listened to that episode, you and I and Toby have been, well, you and Toby haven't been included together with me, but like I've talked to you both separately about doing some stuff for Patreon and maybe trying to kick something up this year to step things up a little bit and do production a little better and hope to offset some of the costs so we can do more stuff with production and all that. So we'll see how that works out, but that's something we're kicking around in. But, so last night I'm sitting there and I jump on PlayStation Store. And I'm like, let's see what's going on here. Dude, the sales are insane. And I didn't go crazy because I don't know what I'm getting for Christmas. I mean, I have an idea, but I don't know for sure what's going to be given to me or not. And I didn't want to double dip and buy stuff because that's the worst.
And it's going to be on sale tomorrow.
It'll be on sale tomorrow, yeah.
So you just fill in the gaps.
Yeah, but
whatever Tony doesn't get you, you can just you don't have to be too disappointed.
But you know how tomorrow
you don't have to be too upset with her.
But tomorrow the hackers come out and they shut down the PSN and they shut down the
That's
Xbox.
True. That's true. I forgot about that.
2-3 days, and then so next week.
And they forget about Nintendo.
Exactly. But dude, I bought Bloodborne for $7 And I was like, I never played the game, and it really didn't, like, it kind of piqued my interest because it was definitely Game of the Year contender last year, but just wasn't something I was like, I want to go spend $60 on this. I gotta have it right now. I was like, whatever. But for $7, I was like, dude, I'm an idiot if I don't grab it right now. Like, that is a price.
Game of the Year, We the Nerdy.
Yeah,
2015.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, I really don't. We the Nerdy, you know. I don't know if you can really.
Sean Capri's personal Game of the Year.
Okay, that I give credence to, but anything that Andrew Semachek is attached to,
there was many of us.
You got to kind of like, you know, you look at it and you go, I don't know, Andrew. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? It's Christmas. Why don't you just park that sarcasm right at the front door there, Sonny?
Because Andrew and I are in another group together, Fathers of the Grind, and we always like take shots at each other and stuff back and forth. It's funny. It's actually kind of funny. So
I'm glad you two have something special.
We do.
It's nice.
Just a nice little thing that Sean's not there, and it's nice we can have a little moment together. And
fine. I don't like friendships where people just like. I mean, it's good for you. I don't like being part of friendships where people just are mean to each other, but they're kind of like haha joking, and I'm like, I'm too sensitive for that, Bobby.
I know how you are.
I'm a sensitive guy.
We love you, though.
I'm like, maybe he really means that.
No, would you stop it?
Maybe he really thinks I am a racist.
Who said racist? Where did that even come from?
You said it.
Listen, you're not Donald Trump. It's
Listen
okay.
back to.
You have better hair than Trump. You're better looking than Trump. You have less money than him.
I know all these things, Bobby.
But everything else, the qualities are better, and you're the better catch.
Why do you go to the superficial stuff, though?
What superficial stuff?
Better looking, better hair. Who cares about that? What about the kind-heartedness?
I said all that stuff.
Honesty. These are the values in a human being.
So I get this game, and I tell Sean, and he's
like,
yeah,
Bloodborne.
You're not gonna like it. And I'm like, what do you mean I'm not gonna like it? He goes, because you're not good at video games. And I'm like, what? Where is that coming from? So I'm kind of interested to see.
Bobby, can I just say something to the listeners right now? Just close your ears for a second.
Good.
Listeners, this is a classic case of reverse psychology. Where I say to Bobby, he's not going to like it. He's not going to be good at it. So then he goes into this game going, I'll show Sean. Okay, Bobby, you can come back now. I'm done.
My dad has done that to me since I was a little kid. Mm-hmm. Seriously. Like,
I want you to like this game so bad. But look, as soon as I say this,
then
expectations too high.
I know.
You're not going to like this game, Bobby. Yeah, it's too hard.
That's good.
It's like when I took Chelsea to Taco Bell on our first date. You just set the expectation super low. Boom.
Wow.
You married the girl your
dream. Did not.
I did. She's celiac. She can't eat Taco Bell.
Say, whoa.
But that was the mantra. That was the idea. Expectation super low.
Yeah.
And that's kind of an example.
That makes sense.
What if I did take her to Taco Bell? Who are you to judge?
I'll judge on that one. That's horrible. That's horrible. Good God.
I took. Can I tell you something?
Applebee's on my first.
Oh wait, no, I gotta wait until our section. Never mind.
That's fine.
What? So did you jump into Bloodborne yet?
I have not yet because the lovely PlayStation Network takes forever to download a game.
Yep.
Literally, I went to bed last night at 10:30, and it was still downloading. And it's like, this is ridiculous. 4 hours to download a game and it's still not done yet. That is horrible. Like, if they want people to get on board with, that's the thing that I love about Nintendo is the fact that, like, when I buy games digitally, it might take me an hour to download and install. That's the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
That's the worst. On a 3DS, it's literally 10 minutes to get a game and I'm in playing. It's horrible when you think about it that it takes you, and that's just to download the game.
And
then
you have
I have
good
to
internet.
Install the game. Yeah, and I have good internet. Yeah, but let's be honest. I don't care what internet you have. That PS4 is a hot mess when it comes to downloading stuff.
Mm-hmm. Even if you hardwire it.
Even if you're hardwired in, it still takes hours to download.
Yep, it's one of my biggest complaints.
Horrible. And we won't get into that. I'm tired of it.
If we ran PlayStation.
Yeah. If we ran PlayStation, I'd burn it to the ground. It's a lot of free passes PlayStation gets. So much so that I'm actually, and I mentioned this to Toby, that I think I'm jumping on the Xbox bandwagon.
Yes.
I think it's
Yes.
happening. I'm, like I was telling Toby that my buddy Miguel got an Xbox One S, 2 terabyte, Gears of War 4 edition for $70.
What?
Yeah, he traded in his old Xbox
okay.
One. He traded his old Xbox One. They had a couple of rebate deals when you traded in. They gave. Plus, he had a coupon, and I think he traded in one other game or something, and it lowered it down. So I'm sitting there, and I said to him, Miguel, my question is though, what did you do about all your games on your all your save states and stuff? He's like, oh, I have an external hard drive hooked to it.
Yeah, dude.
And
it's
I'm like,
so easy.
There it is. Because my PlayStation 4, it's all internal. I had to pull out the old one, put in the, and it's like, if I literally want to upgrade to a PS Pro, I don't even know what I got to do. Like, I literally got to go figure out what I have to do in order to do that.
It's a multi-day process.
Yeah, it's not a quick thing. It's garbage. And I can't trade it in. How do I trade it in? I can't walk in the store and go, here you go, because all my memory's on it. All my games are on it. It's just enough PlayStation. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about.
No, we're not.
So let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our shout-outs.
Geek outs. No shout-outs.
Wrong show, Sean.
Josh Stapleton.
Okay, you want to shout out Josh Stapleton?
I want to wish a Merry Christmas to the Stapleton family.
Yes.
Josh and Spencer, but specifically Josh, because a ways back on this other podcast that I do called We the Gamercast, Josh was on my show. I learned about his little wheeling and dealing business that he's got going on, where he does some flipping, and I came to learn that he had in his possession a Game Boy Micro.
Oh, yes.
You remember those little guys?
Tell me you got it.
I bought it off of him, and the reason that I did is because ever since I've known Chelsea, she has regretted getting rid of her Game Boy Micro.
Oh my god.
Way back in the day. So I came, and every time we go into like a retro game store, she's always asking at the desk, do you have a micro? And she either gets, no, we just sold it, or I've never heard of that thing.
Ugh.
Or, yes, I do, but it doesn't have a charger. These things often get sold without chargers somehow.
Yeah.
So Josh says he's got games, he's got all these different faceplates, he comes with a bunch of games. I'll sell it to you for a good price. I'm like, done. So I've had Chelsea's Christmas present taken care of for a while. And yesterday we celebrated ours. So we do like kind of a staggered thing. So yesterday was our Christmas day. Today we're going to her mother's place to celebrate. Tomorrow we're going to my parents to celebrate Christmas. So yesterday she opened it up and she was over the moon.
That is amazing.
She was so excited. She immediately popped in a game. I can't even remember what it was called. I've never heard of it before. But she's ignoring all of her other presents. She's like a little kid, her legs crossed, her little pregnant belly, like just going. And she's playing her Game Boy Micro, and I was just like, I am so thankful to Josh Stapleton for making it all happen.
That's amazing.
He was very patient with me. I had to set up a PayPal account so that I didn't get dinged on sending Canadian money to the States and all that kind of stuff. So it was awesome, man. I just wanted to relay that, and just a big shout out to Josh. And he, even before that, he sends us a message to say Merry Christmas to both of us. Like, what an amazing dude.
He is such a class act, dude. He really is. And you know, I didn't know, like, you listen to Married to the Games. I listen occasionally, not a lot. But you knew who the Stapletons were prior because of all the stuff they do with Married to the Games, and you know, they talk about them on the show and all that stuff. So the first time that I even met Josh was last summer. You and I were doing the live stream of E3. I think it was either the Sony or the I think it was the Sony conference, maybe. I don't know what conference it was, but you and I were doing a live stream, and he was in the chat the whole time, hanging out with us, talking. I'm like, this guy's kind of cool. Next night we do it, he shows up again, and I'm like, oh my god. And then after that, it was just like, all of a sudden I'm friends with this guy. I don't even know where he came from, and I can't get rid of him. And I don't want to get rid of him.
Started a podcast with him.
He's
every time you meet somebody on the internet, you go, this guy's kind of cool. It's like, hey, we got a podcast. You got this Ink Strike podcast. You got this Geekcast.
Listen, no, seriously, I love the guy. He is phenomenal. He really
Yep.
is. I love him.
And his brother, I don't know if I've mentioned on this show, shout out to Spencer Stapleton with the Fortress of Nerditude.
Yes.
New podcast.
Yes.
Amazing. I listen every week. So huge shout out, Fort of Nerd on the Twitter,
Yes.
Bobby.
Yes. Check it out. Check it all out. I wanted to give a shout out to Evilos. So,
Nice one.
Yeah. Evilos is such a good guy. And he gets a bad rap a lot of times of kind of being standoffish or whatever. And I even thought that at one time. I was like, this guy's an arrogant prick, man. He really is. But he's not. And if you take a moment to talk to him.
Shout out.
No, I'm being honest. He'll even say the same. He says the same thing. So he knows.
Okay.
Because he actually came on the Geekcast last year to kind of squash a lot of that. Because me and Toby were talking about him, and he heard it, and and he was like, I'd like to come on and talk to you guys about this. And we cleared the air, like, in terms of, like, that's not, the person that people believe Reddit gave him the bad name is what happened, essentially. He had a little Reddit beef. He lost a deal with Toys R Us, and it kind of went sour with Nintendo and doing custom amiibo and all that stuff. And after all that kind of went through, like, some people kind of looked at him like he was egotistical, and that wasn't the case. Like, the guy is phenomenal when it comes to customs and what he does. He is really good. And, sometimes when you're good at something, it's okay to say you're good at it. Like, it's not ego when somebody says they're good at it. You know what I mean? Like, if you are, it's okay to say you are. If you gloat and you brag, that's a difference. But knowing what you're doing, and I don't feel like that's an issue. And he is, above and beyond, one of the best amiibo customizers. He does Funko Pops now. He's just amazing when it comes to that stuff. But he sent me a Christmas card the other day. I got it in the mail, and I was blown away. Like, my wife was like, you got a card? And I looked, and I was like, it says Evilos. Like, are you kidding me right now? Like, this dude sent me a Christmas card? And I'm like, that is so amazing. Like, that, for people that talk trash, that's not the guy you talk trash about. Because someone that takes the time to not only send a card, but handwrite a little message saying, thank you for all the support, it means the world to me, all that stuff. Dude, that is someone that is humbled, that is honestly appreciative of his fans and all that stuff. Like, by all means, if you're going to throw hate at people, throw it at the proper places, not someone like this. This guy is above and beyond a class act all the way. And, so I just want to say, go support him. Go check out his Patreon. He's got a lot of cool customs that he does in that. He just did it. He does a lot of stuff for charity, man. He did an amiibo. So cool, man. A piranha plant amiibo for charity. Custom box. Mm-hmm. It was just so cool looking, man. It was like, oh, this thing is amazing. I did
the
bid on it.
creativity is unreal, man.
Oh, yeah.
Even to have the idea of, like, what you want to do and then just execute it so perfectly, I think, like, so much credit to these guys.
Oh,
like, it's
I
amazing.
showed you the one that Gone to Chris did of the puppy, of the Switch puppy.
I know.
That was so good.
Like, what is that? I don't even know what the original one is. Like, that, like, if I were to even, like, try this, you would always know, oh, that's the whatever, the Link amiibo.
Okay. Well, Gone to Chris, she's a good sculptor, too. So sometimes when you see stuff like that, she doesn't grab the
That's
original.
100% original?
Yeah, that's 100% original. She sculpted
Even
that
better.
thing. Yeah,
even more
even
amazing.
Better. That's even better. But, like, when you look at some of the ones, like the one I have here, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I think it's a little on the camera. But Rusty from SteamWorld Dig, Catherine from Xanarkin Sky, she took a Luigi amiibo and turned it into Rusty from SteamWorld Dig. So amazing. And when you put the two side by side, when you put the Luigi and you put the Rusty, you can't even tell that it was the same character. That's how good it is. I love it. One other shout out I wanted to give,
all right,
real quick, is to Image and Forum. They announced yesterday that they're
gonna have a big 2017.
It's the 20th anniversary of Image and Forum. Just shout out to them guys. Like, you guys are doing amazing work. I'm a huge fan of everything. What are you doing?
I just remembered I got a new shirt.
Yeah,
yesterday.
we see you got a new shirt. That's lovely. That's what made in the 80s. They do amazing work, seriously, and I'm everybody knows I'm a fan of their work and all that, and so just a shout out to them, and I hope that 2017 is very amazing for you guys. Like, they announced that they have a new game coming in 2017. Mm-hmm. They haven't announced the game, but they said they have a new game
in the SteamWorld universe.
I think they're never leaving the SteamWorld universe again. Like, I don't think they should. There's so much they could do. That's their world. They own it. That's like if someone came in and said, we're going to do a podcast called If We Run, Metallica or whatever. Like, we started it first. We started that trend first. This is our space. You know what I mean? The SteamWorld is their space. They've been doing it forever. It just feels natural. Like, if someone came in and we're going to do SteamWorld, whatever, I'd be like, yeah, go away.
Well, there's so many words to put after SteamWorld. There's just an infinite number of words.
SteamWorld Luigi. There you go.
SteamWorld Pants. SteamWorld Flight.
Capri. SteamWorld Capri. That's what I want to see.
SteamWorld No Man's Sky.
Yeah, no. But,
okay.
Anyway. So, as we're wrapping 2016, I feel like this was a bad year for Nintendo. In terms of games. Like, there wasn't anything... It's amazing because 2015, I felt, was like a pillar for them. 2014, 2015 was like such a strong statement for them. We got Splatoon. They finally got Minecraft, which not a big deal, but like Mario Maker and Yoshi's Woolly World and all these big games hit. And then 2016, I feel kind of fell flat.
Yeah. Are you surprised?
No, I mean, no, because they're transitioning. But I say that in, I think it makes me hopeful, that now we're starting to hit the upswing. We're starting to ride that tide into 2017. And I think that's what has me excited as we're exiting 2016 as a Nintendo fan, there's not much hope, not much prosperity. The NES Mini was a debacle the whole holiday season for a lot of people. The news about Switch was very limited, which you and I discussed, which wasn't really a bad thing, because now I can't wait for this thing, and it's driving me up the wall that I know what I know about it, and I'd almost rather not know, because now everything's coming out of the woodworks.
Mm-hmm.
But as
we were expecting to get it. We were expecting to get the NX this year.
Yes.
If you remember, back in January, we thought for sure
we
were going to know what it was at E3.
Yep.
It would be released in fall. Like, I put away money, convinced that it was going to be out this year. So on that front, that was disappointing too.
That was one of our first episodes too. Was how would we reveal NX? We even named it and all that stuff back then. So but the nice thing is as a Nintendo fan, looking into 2017, you go, we have the Switch announcement coming early January, which is going to get us hyped up. I hope that Nintendo opens pre-orders pretty quickly after that announcement. Like, I hope that we're in a live stream and all of a sudden we're all ordering. Well, Toby already got his. Toby already has his pre-order. It'd be me and you. Like, oh my God, we're going to stop the stream. We're going to go pre-order. Like, forget you guys. We're over here.
You're going to be so frantic, you're going to accidentally flash your credit card. As you're, like, fumbling with everything, your credit card's going to be on the screen.
No,
you got to be careful, Bobby.
No. You'll see me go like this. Take it off, take the head, and scream upstairs to Tony, get on Amazon now! Get on it! You guys will be like, what the... Yeah, it's going to be... But I am looking forward to 2017 as a Nintendo fan, because I feel like there's always so much excitement about a new console, and all the new that comes with it. And, like, we're getting a whole bunch of brand new games and all that. And, like, I'm just excited overall for what 2017 brings, I feel, and where we're heading.
But I'm not too anxious to get there, Bobby. I got to tell you, I've had the week off. I got another week off ahead of me. I could kind of just dig in this, like SteamWorld dig into this little vacation that I've got going on. I'm in no ruch.
Well, that's because you're on vacation.
To get to 20. I am having an amazing time.
Yeah, well, not all of us are in vacation mode here, buddy. A lot of us are like, that's all I have. That's all I can look forward to.
Oh, that's fair.
That's all I have to cling on to.
Well, let me tell you, Bobby, then this is a life lesson for everybody. This is, if it's at all possible for you, take this time off. Yeah. It's like double time off because it's amazing. It's Christmas, it's presents and family, but then you get double time to play games, and all new games. You're getting games that you're unwrapping from under the Christmas tree. You pop it into your Nintendo. Well, you probably have all the Nintendo games that you want this year, but all the other things that you're playing, you get to play like little couch co-op games with family.
Exactly.
I am in zero rush to get to 2017. This is the best time of the year for me, Bobby.
I agree, and this is it. It feels awkward as a Nintendo fan this holiday though, because I'm used to getting a bunch of Nintendo things for Christmas.
The one thing I didn't buy this year for myself that I'm hoping to get are the Link amiibo. The 8-bit, the Wind Waker, the new Wind Waker pairing, the Ocarina of Time.
You didn't get them?
The Link, I didn't get them.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to leave something for people to buy for me for Christmas. I know, look at that. They're just amazing. And I'm not too worried about it. Like, I didn't want to be too crazy about some of this stuff. So yeah. I just wanted to leave it, Bobby. So that is something as a Nintendo fan I can look forward to, being under the Christmas tree. I don't know if I asked for anything else though. I got Tokyo Mirage Sessions, the Wii U game of the year.
Probably is. Probably
actually, I don't know. I say that jokingly, but it might actually be.
I think it pretty much is. Devil's Third ranks pretty high up there.
That's true. That's true. He has 7 copies actually. Did you know that?
He's got 3.
You got 7 of the 12 copies that were printed.
He's in the Japanese. I think he has 4. He has the Japanese, the European, and the American ones, all packaged sealed. And then he has his physical copy that he played.
Good for him. Can you buy it digital?
I don't think he bought. You can buy it digital. You can. But I think it's more expensive digitally. Well, you can't even find it physically, so it's kind of pointless. I think you can buy it from GameStop physically. It's probably a game I should buy, because you know what's going to happen, Sean. 20 years from now, the thing's going to be worth like $5,000, and I'm going to be like, why didn't I buy that thing?
Mm-hmm. Like Manhunt.
And he's ahead of the curve, because he'll have all 3 copies sealed. He could sell them all at the same time and make a boatload of money. And here I am buying Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, thinking that's going to be the one that's going to make worth a lot of money.
You can buy it physical. You can also buy it digital. You'll earn 30 gold coins.
Yeah.
This is $30.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's just. I actually don't even know what the story this game is about. I don't know how we ended up talking about this. What other? Do you have like a game of the year for the Wii U? Like, is that even like we're joking about this, but like I can't even think of anything that came out this year that I would say is like a Wii U game of the year. Like,
yeah,
it would basically be by default.
Pretty much, yeah. But I'll be honest with you, like, if we picked Tokyo Mirage Session as the game of the year, like, I don't think that was a bad game. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're going like, well, that's all we got. No, it was like that I feel like if you'd have put that game up in the year prior, like, it would stand up. You know, it's a very good graphic game. Like, the graphics are very good. Music is good.
Music's awesome.
The story is good. I love the interaction and how they intertwine the Fire Emblem characters with the, with the Persona-esque characters, or the, I just liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time with it. I always say I got to go back and play it, but I just don't know that I have the time to really dive into an RPG like that and really go, which I should have last night when I was waiting for Bloodborne to download. But instead I jumped into Splatoon and just owned
SteamWorld Heist, Bobby, came out September.
Did it? Well, for the Wii U.
Paper Mario Color Splash.
But here's my question. Can you put SteamWorld Heist
No, probably not.
Because it came out the year prior.
Yeah.
On 3DS. Which kind of stinks because that would definitely be my game of the year for the Wii U because that game. What about Severed?
Severed is Axiom Verge.
The Axiom
I don't
Verge
know.
again.
Axiom Verge is older.
Axiom Verge,
Yeah,
but at least Severed came
this
out
is
the
story of
same.
the Wii U right here. All these games
Yeah.
are finally
Well,
making
Severed is only a couple months after the Vita edition, so that's probably
Yeah,
right.
but it's still 2016.
Yeah, it's still 2016.
No, it was the other game that I was saying. Axiom Verge. I think it was older, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not a good year.
No,
not
not
a great year for a system.
But you know what? It's the
My
end
brother just bought one. My older brother just said that he just found something on like Craigslist, and he got the system, a whackload of games, 3 Pro controllers, and he paid $200 for it.
Oh man. Oh.
Like it was just somebody just offloading all their stuff, and he got just a stellar. He got Mario Kart, he got Mario Party, all the Mario games.
That's amazing.
The Pro controllers alone,
They were $50.
they're $50 each.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy about it. And he's been asking me for a long time. He's like, should I get PlayStation or should I get Xbox? And then out of nowhere, he tells me he bought this Wii U. I'm like, that's phenomenal. Let's go play some Mario Kart.
That's good stuff.
Good time to jump in, I guess.
I agree. So, all right, let's jump into the topic we have.
Oh, yeah.
Today.
What are we doing here again? Are we recording a show?
We've been recording.
Are we live?
Yeah, we've been live the whole time.
I don't believe you.
Whatever. Anyway, this question comes from, or this topic comes from a friend of the show, Alejandro. He said he left us a comment. He left us a comment on, actually on YouTube, on the last video. So he said, "Hey Bobby and Sean, speaking of getting third parties to sell," you mess me up every time you talk when I'm reading. You know that I'm from Jersey. I'm illiterate. That's been spread all about Twitter this past week, numerous times. So, calm down. Hey, Bobby and Sean. Speaking of getting third parties to sell on the Switch, as well as getting them to stay supporting the Switch, what do you guys think? I gotta block you out. What do you guys think about having Nintendo licensing some of their IPs to third parties? For example, like licensing Metroid to Blizzard, or Star Fox to EA, Activision, or Square. Maybe even partnering with third parties to create new IPs. In parentheses, he puts, similar to how Sony did with From Software to create Bloodborne. So, essentially he's saying, if we were in Nintendo, would we do these partner deals? I mean, like always, the knee-jerk reaction, the first thing you go is, well, of course you would. But that's not what we do here. We kind of take it a little further and delve in.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, the answer is definitely
yes. So that
yes.
is all.
Yeah, so that, no.
Follow us on Stitcher, Twitter.
Obviously, what he's saying, when you look at this and you go, he's basically saying, like, Metroid to Blizzard, Star Fox to EA, or Activision and Square. So, I feel like, here's how you work it. You work Metroid definitely to Blizzard, I feel. For a first person Prime type game. They showed what they could do with Overwatch. There's no doubt that they're definitely in the world when it comes to first-person shooters, those types of things. I'm not a huge first-person shooter fan at all. And what they did with Overwatch made me a believer. Like, they just really knocked it out of the park. So I think that that's a no-brainer, honestly. But what I wanted to do to add on to that is, that's what I would do for Prime. But I would also, if I'm going to bring Metroid back, I'm bringing it back in a big, bad way. I'm doing 2D as well. Me personally, I would throw, and I've said this before, I would throw a 2D Metroid to Image and Form and let them go with it and see what they can do. I feel like they know what they're doing. I feel like they made a great Metroidvania game when it came to SteamWorld Dig. And I don't see why they couldn't do the same thing with an actual Metroid game. I've talked to them. They've said that if Nintendo gave them the opportunity to pick a franchise, that would be the franchise that they would take and make their own. So I would love to see what they could do with it, because I think they could do some really phenomenal things. Was there anything that you would go with?
I'd like to see them really lean on their relationship with Ubisoft, actually, and because I like what Ubisoft had a game back in 2014 called Child of Light. I don't know if you played that game.
Yes.
Beautiful game, just kind of a really unique piece that came out of nowhere. And I'd like Nintendo to really do that more often. They've got a really good thing going, and I don't know if this is where you're going with it, but like they've got a good thing going with Platinum games, where you have these types of deals, these kind of like second party type of games coming out for Nintendo, and I'd like to see them do that with Ubisoft. And the reason that I go to them is because they're a big organization that they can have these smaller teams kind of dedicate all their resources to a Nintendo game. Like, I don't know if Blizzard is really interested in like Nintendo at all. Like, they're definitely, they started on PC. They've kind of gone over to consoles a little bit here with Overwatch, but they're generally like a PC centric developer, publisher, kind of monolith organization. But I could totally see Ubisoft kind of just giving us their Montreal team, or just like their little, I actually don't even know. It was Child of Light was the brainchild of and a passion project of one guy, and then he just kind of like pulled a couple people together, and they're like, yeah, here's some money, go do it.
Yeah.
I think that would be really great, and they're kind of hitting their stride. Like they've got their AAA and they're going in one direction there, but they've also got these other smaller games. Life is Strange was another. Was that Ubisoft as well?
That was Square.
Oh, that was Square. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So there's another one too.
Well, because Square, Activision, Ubi, they're all kind of taking on this thing like we're the third-party developer, but they see what's going on with these independent developers, and they're bringing them kind of in-house and saying, go do your thing, have a good time, but we're going to guarantee that this game gets made and gets published and all that stuff, and you don't have to worry about, struggling anymore to some degree. Like, that's what's going on right now with Zoink. They're working with EA. EA? Yeah. Yeah, they're working with is it EA or Activision? EA.
What are they doing?
They're doing
I can't remember.
Fee.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which they were working on that prior, but they basically moved off, and they're now working with EA, because EA has that little indie side they're doing. What was the last game they did?
Unravel, yeah.
Unravel, yeah. So,
yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
but
that's what they're doing. They're going with that whole indie thing. Like, here we go, have fun, here we go with it. So that's good to see. Like, I like the fact that they're bringing in these indie developers and all that stuff to do that type of thing. Like, I'm cool with that. For me, what I'd like to see is, I feel like the one franchise that Nintendo has that, to me, and I know that people are going to be upset when I say this, is a mess, is the Mario RPG series. Whether it be Paper Mario or Mario and Luigi, I don't feel like they're really strong RPGs. That I would love to see either Nintendo push. Actually, my first thought was Square, but now I'm thinking about it, I'd rather Atlas take it, because I feel like Atlas is a better, stronger RPG manufacturer. Send them games there and let them pick a style and go with it. Or maybe if you say, hey, Square, here's Paper Mario. Hey, Atlas, here's Mario and Luigi. Separate the two away from each other and go have at it. Because I feel like my issue with Paper Mario is, and it's a shame, because when I first started playing it, I loved it. I fell in love with it. I kept pushing, fell out of love with it real quickly after a couple of days. And my reasoning is the battle mechanics are horrible. I shouldn't have to find cards in order to pull off maneuvers. And you get into these battles and you realize, I don't have the cards, and now I got to go back someplace and find cards and then work my way back up to the point I was and hope I don't waste cards. And it's like, this is nonsense, man. Just let me use a hammer if I want to use a hammer. If I learn that mechanic, let me use it. So
I'm sorry, Bobby. Well, this speaks to like really a big difference between Nintendo and Sony.
Yeah.
The way the two Japanese companies have really run their business, and Sony has made it their mission to go out and find developers before they've made it big.
Yeah.
So even Atlas, the fact that we have, well, we don't, but Sony has such an amazing partnership with Atlas, with the Persona games, with Shin Megami Tensei, like that's really Sony. So you have all these. Supermassive Game is another one with Until Dawn.
Yes.
And I feel like we're just like a little late on claiming a company that I was going to bring up next, which was CD Projekt Red.
Yes.
Like The Witcher is a huge game. It could be just a power. And I could see them now growing into multiple teams where this could be possible, before they get to like a giant organization. Because I think you've missed the boat there. Sony has these up and comers. Like From Software is now huge.
Yes.
But they caught them early on.
Yeah.
So it's easy for us to say, like, Ubisoft. Like, that doesn't, like, I'm trying to think of, like, what's a studio that is with, like, maybe a little bigger than, like, an indie.
And I feel like, let's be honest, these companies grabbed this idea from Nintendo. Because Nintendo did it with Rare. They did it now with Retro. They're doing it with Platinum. Platinum is kind of like, to me, Platinum is kind of like From, where they're doing all their various things. Like, yes, we're doing a lot of exclusives for Nintendo, but we're also working for Sony. We're also working with EA. Like, they're spreading themselves out. Well, you know what? The studio that I would like to see, and it may already be Xbox grabbed them. Who's the actual studio that worked with Inafune on Recore?
Oh shoot!
Aperture?
I can't remember. Armature.
Now,
Armature.
are they an Xbox exclusive, or are they on their own?
I think they might be. I think that was like a custom, like a cherry pick team.
Yeah.
So yeah, but something like that too, where you could almost like a Platonic.
Yes.
Where you grab old, like that's
another. That might be something you grab, like a Platonic that's kind of up for grabs. Like, why not turn around and grab them now while they're fresh and new, and go, this ukulele thing, you have fun with your stuff and do your thing, but when the next one comes, that's exclusive to us. Another one is Yacht Club.
Yeah.
Like, Yacht Club is up and coming, man. They are a powerhouse very quickly. Like, they created a franchise for the ages right out. Like, they cranked a grand slam when they were just trying to bunt. You know what I mean? Like, they just wanted to survive. And here they come and they just knock it out of the park. And it's like, holy cow. Like, when they did Shovel Knight, such an iconic character. So iconic that it was actually in the running to be put into Smash. That whenever you talked about Shovel Knight, people wanted him as a voted-in character to Smash. And I'm just blown away that that's where we're at. Like, this company just exploded with this character. So I would definitely... But let's think about it. So if we were... Let's just say we did grab a Yacht Club. All right, we'll start with Yacht Club. Mm-hmm. Is there a franchise that you would push to them and go, okay, go?
Well, see, you're saying like image and form for a Metroid. Like, I would give Yacht Club Metroid.
I wouldn't. I would give Yacht Club Kid Icarus.
Ooh. How come?
You know what? Because I'm sitting here and I have a list of... I have 4 games that I would like to see. One was Mario RPGs, which I've already talked about. Metroid was the second one. The other 2 was Star Fox and Kid Icarus. Star Fox, I'm not really happy with where I was going to push that one to. Kid Icarus is blank. And I thought to myself, I want a Kid Icarus game. But the thing about it is Kid Icarus went from the original version straight up to like a 3D shooter, reminded me a lot of Space Harrier. And I didn't like that. I felt like they diverted so far from what Kid Icarus was, it lost its way. So I would like to rein it back in. And I feel like what they did with Shovel Knight, they could do perfectly with this. You go back to a sprite-based game. You go back to make it like a 16-bit era, because Kid Icarus never got its due with a 16, and just say, here we go. We're just going with it. Don't make it 3D. Make it 2D, side-scrolling, 16-bit style, and just go with it. Go back to the roots. Go back to the basics. Kind of like Sega's doing with Sonic. They're going back to the basics and going, here, it's become old as the new. You know what I mean? So go back to it. And I would love to see, because I feel like they nail that classic feel, that classic vibe, and they could do wonders with that game. in my opinion.
I would pick up so I agree with everything. Like I wouldn't even. So I was just gonna kind of move on to a next sort of indie studio. These guys are getting kind of big with Severed and Guacamelee. Like Drinkbox Studios is an excellent studio with super original ideas, and I think that's something that Nintendo needs is just a prolific developer. These guys are quick, man.
Yeah.
Like they came out with Guacamelee was 2013, Severed was 2016. Like if you could like that kind of steady, and it's not like Guacamelee was released and then there was nothing.
Yeah.
They had Super Mega Ultra whatever edition. Like they had all these different updates. They kept that series going. Meanwhile, working on Severed, which is totally an amazing original take on mechanics and games that we all thought we were going to move away from, the first person dungeon crawler. Like who was asking for that?
Nobody.
And Nintendo needs a studio with that kind of mindset that's going to give us stuff we don't know that we want, and they're going to make it amazing and game of the year contender. Yeah. Like we're not talking about just like filling out a portfolio. We're talking about getting top tier games that get noticed. Yeah. So that's why another one of my picks. And I'm not really doing too much of this like what Nintendo franchise would I give them, so I apologize, but I definitely just want them to do the Sony model of identifying these studios before they make it huge, before they go Nickelback on us. Get us right like when they have oh god, I'm gonna lose the analogy. I don't remember the second album, but you love Nickelback.
Let's stop. Okay, so the thing is this, right? I think we're on to something, and what I mean by that is we talked about it in a previous episode where we go the Disney route, where we create the new classics, and maybe that's the way you do it. Maybe you go to Image and Form, you go to Zoink Games, you go to Yacht Club, you go to 13 AM, you go to
a TUI,
and you go to Drinkbox, and you say to all them, we want you guys to right now, we're going to fund you to create...
Give Mario Maker to Jules. Give it to him.
Would you stop? Why do that? He's already made a better Mario Maker with Chicken Wing.
There you go.
So what I would say is you give all these companies, you say to them, we're going to give you 6 to 9 months. We want you to develop an iconic character that will become a Nintendo character. And then over the next 5 years, you're all going to crank out your version. And then for the next 5 years, well, we will say 3 years, right? So for 3 years, from the 3 to 5 year period, every 6 months, Nintendo will crank out this new classic, this new, it's going to become an instant classic IP character, who will then become under the Nintendo umbrella, and those companies can then either do sequels or do other things with them and go there. Again, you don't know that these companies even want to do this. These companies might be like, no, get out of here. We're not doing this. But if you kind of give them the freedom to go, hey, you do one for us, you do one for you. You do one for us, you do one for you. Maybe that's the answer. You tell a Drinkbox, like, you make this franchise for us, and then in the meantime, you come up with another idea that you want to do on your own. Go do it. We'll fund you, we'll back you and all that stuff, and then you come back and you do one for us, I don't know if Nintendo...
That's really, totally.
I don't know if Nintendo has the foresight to do something like that. I think there's too much political behind the scenes to get it to work out. But that's what I would do. I would wholeheartedly sit down with these guys and go, I mean, come on. Their relationship with Image and Form, their relationship with, I believe with Jules is very strong. I believe their relationship with 13 AM, their relationship with Yacht Club, it's all strong across the board. So massage those relationships, work them relationships, get them to grow and to develop into something big, and that's to me, that's the no-brainer. That's how you handle it. That's how you move forward, and you just make it work overall and just be a great thing for years to come.
That's the money, Bobby. That everybody wants more marketing, they want more commercials, they want all these things. No. Commercials are great and everything, but really the money that is well spent is in building these relationships, is locking these studios down, creating some content that is a wide breadth I feel like they did one thing before they would with the platinum deals. That's not enough. Yeah. That's the right idea, but you need to do that 14 times over each and every year. And that's why Sony is the leading one right now. Because it's one of the reasons why. You cover your bases a lot.
Let's acknowledge the elephant in the corner. All right, the elephant in the room.
Hey, Horton.
The fact is that you're going to get some third-party support at the beginning. You're never going to see Red Dead Redemption 2. You're never going to see some of these massive... Like, I really don't think we're going to see Mass Effect.
Come on.
I just have a feeling that we're not going to get these gigantic franchises coming from these third parties because I just don't know that the Switch is powerful enough to do it. If I'm sitting here today... Now, obviously, Nintendo has more foresight, more knowledge than I do. These third parties have more foresight and knowledge than I do. But if given what we're hearing is true, they may not be able to handle these huge games. And if they're not able to handle these huge games, I think taking these indie teams and developing this and building this better to grow with the Switch and make games developed for the Switch is the better move to go.
Why you gotta speak ill of the Switch, Bobby?
I'm not speaking ill of the Switch.
Why you gotta do that to me? I was all happy about Christmas and stuff, and now you're just you like punch me.
Stop. Why? Because I'm speaking the truth? Because I'm being honest about it?
You punch me in the diaphragm, Bobby.
Would you stop? You're telling me okay, so wait a minute, let's have a real talk here for a second.
All right, real talk.
Am I speaking out of turn here? Do you really think that like all these I know we want them to come, but is it?
I just don't want you to read too much into these headlines. We don't know.
That I'm not.
So let's keep it positive.
That I'm not. I'm looking at
all the headlines that aren't saying Switch is more powerful while plugged in. They're saying Switch is less powerful when not plugged in.
I'm not looking at any of that.
No, this is. I think this is exactly what you're doing. You may not be consciously doing it, but they fooled you.
No.
They have fooled you, Bobby.
No. I had a very candid conversation with a friend of mine, Matt Phillips.
What's up, Matt?
I don't know if you know Matt or not. He's in a bunch of different groups and all that stuff, and he's very.
I feel like we're Xbox friends.
Yes, he's very into tech, and he's very into computers and all. He's like Lee. You know what I mean? Like, he's definitely on that level in terms of, like, he geeks out on that stuff. Yeah. So I've been having a conversation with him, and he was like, when the latest information came out, the Eurogamer and the Digital Foundry, he was like, look, Digital Foundry just doesn't slap their name behind something unless they do the research behind it. And he's like, if you look at their certain tweets that are coming out where GameSpot had said, like, oh, the Switch will be 1 teraflop. And then Digital Foundry, someone that worked on the article or the research came out and goes, no. It's not going to be 1 teraflop. And he's saying, like Matt was saying, like that guy wouldn't come out and say that if they don't believe it. So that
is that good? Is 1 teraflop good? Do you want a teraflop?
Well, okay. So that I said that, that's what I said to him. I'm like, so let's talk in realistic retrospect. Where are we at? The Xbox One runs at 1.3 teraflops. The PS4 runs at 1.8 teraflops. So if this thing is less than 1 teraflop, don't get me wrong, it blows the Wii U away. Kills the Wii U away. But in terms of what it is against Xbox One and PS4, no, it's not up to snuff. Now, when you take into consideration, we have the Scorpio on the rise, the Pro coming, you're talking different animals now. That if these companies start to leave, I know they said that they're not going to, but you don't know what happens later on. But if they start to build games, let's be honest, Death Stranding's not even going to touch a PS4. That's going right to Pro. I don't care what Sony says. It may run on PS4, but it's going to run like garbage. When the time comes, will the Switch be able to? Now, that's not taking anything from the Switch, because when having the conversation with Matt's like, I am super excited for Switch because I know what Nintendo can do, and I'm excited to see them develop with this kind of power behind them. So that's what I'm saying. Like, when you talk to Image and Form and you talk to Jules and all these different developers, They know that they can move their stuff over to Switch, no brainer, day one, move on, move forward. It's not even a second guess at all for them. They don't need the huge processing power and specs to run their games. So why not take these small developers and grow with them and go, okay, guys, we want you to be our, up-and-comers. So as Nintendo grows, their studios grow, and everybody progresses together. You know what I mean? That's where I'm getting at. I'm not knocking the Switch at all. I'm just basically saying, like, I'm taking our previous idea and going, how do you ensure it and say that it's a good idea? And that's how
But I want Mass Effect on the Switch, Bobby.
That's the only reason why you're upset with what I said. That's all it boils down to.
That's it.
You'll get Mass Effect 1. Don't worry about it. You get a remaster of Mass Effect 1.
I hope so. That would actually be really good.
No, I really think we're getting Mass Effect. I think we're definitely getting Mass Effect.
On the Switch?
Yeah. I think we're getting Mass Effect.
You're just saying that.
No. I think we're getting Mass Effect. I think we're getting Skyrim. I think we might get Doom. Getting 2K.
That'd be the third time I buy Doom. I would play it a third time.
And I think we're getting Battlefront. That's my feeling.
You gotta have Star Wars.
I really think we're getting Battlefront. That's my feel. Beyond that, I don't know what we're getting. But we're not getting Red Dead. Guarantee you we're not getting Red Dead.
Red Dead on the go would be amazing.
It would be, but
any open world game on the go. Any game.
But Rockstar just doesn't care enough about Nintendo to push stuff there. They hardly ever make games for a Nintendo.
They made an exclusive game for Nintendo.
What?
They made China Wars, Grand Theft Auto Chinatown.
Stop. That is all. Thank you guys for listening to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube. Hopefully you checked us out on We the Nerdy, the best place to check us out. The IGN of today, one of the best gaming websites, best geek websites there are out there. Go support them. Check them out.
What did we talk about at the beginning, Bobby?
What?
Dude, set the expectations low. The Taco Bell of...
The worst gaming website, worst everything. Don't even waste your time going over there.
No, it's a balance.
Wait. Out of pity, go check us out. Go check it out over there.
You have a lot to learn.
I know. You need to teach me. You can follow us at If We Ran Nintendo on Twitter. Peace out, Cub Scout.
Bye. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, Bobby.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yes.
Toby.
Be fair to everybody.
Happy Hanukkah, Toby.
Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Do you mind if I drink my water like this? It's a little cold on my teeth.
Good. I'm glad.
Look how much ice. Oh, wait, don't pour it.
Why would you put so much ice in it?
Because I like it cold. It tastes better cold.
But it's cold out. You should be drinking something warm, like coffee.
I didn't have time.
What do you mean you didn't have time?
And I might go back to I might go back to sleep after this.
You are. It must be nice. It must be real nice to be on vacation, chilling out, set your own 15-year-old Sean schedule all over again.
Yep. I was up till 3 a.m. playing games.
That's the life. That's the dream.
Yep. You know what I was playing? I was playing a game called Fury. I think it was free on PlayStation Plus. Pretty good, Bobby.
Was it?
It's pretty good. It's hard.
Is it?
It's like an old school.
So it wouldn't be anything that I would be.
So I don't think you would enjoy it very much at all.
I wouldn't want to play because I'm not good at video games.
No, I thought those are your words.
You said it, not me.
I know, but I thought that's what you said.
When did
before.
I say that I'm not good at video games?
I may have been mistaken.
Apparently so. You just... This week, I have not enjoyed you this week. You've been...
I've been what, Bobby?
Very rude and condescending. What is up, everybody, and welcome